Welcome to Yankee Stadium. 76 Seattle battles 73 New York. A battle of division leaders. Pewter boots it. The kick from Pewter is returned 18 yards by Houston, Dufek with the tackle. Snead sets up in the pocket. Medium slant to Tucker. Fumble. Snead to Tucker, gain of 14, fumble recovered by Tucker, 73 New York maintains possession, 76 Seattle jumped. Snead with the handoff to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, gain of 6, penalty on the play.
Encroachment, defense. Number 70, 5-yard penalty.
First and 5 from the 41. The handoff to Johnson. Johnson the ball carrier, gain of 3. Second and 2. Snead at the line. Johnson with the handoff. Johnson on the carry, no gain, Green with the tackle. Third and 2. Hand off to Johnson. Blocking in front. Johnson with a 15-yard run. Curtis with the tackle, first down. Snead gives to Rowland. Rowland with the carry, no gain, Tipton on the tackle. Snead is back to pass. Short into Grimm. Snead completes the pass to Grimm, 9-yard gain, Woolsey with the tackle. Third and 1 at the 32. Snead with the handoff to Evans. Evans with a gain of 2 on the play, Niehaus on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Snead calling signals. The give to Rowland. 6-yard gain by Rowland, Niehaus on the tackle. Second and 4. Matthews in the box. Snead gives to Evans. 6-yard run by Evans, Matthews on the stop, first down. First and 10 at the 18. Snead calls out the signals. Snead gives to Evans. Evans on the carry, 4-yard gain, Matthews with the tackle. Hand off to Evans. Evans on the carry, gain of 5, flag on the play.
Holding, offense. Number 27, 15-yard penalty.
Snead with a short drop. Short crossing pass. Snead to Herman, gain of 11, McMillan on the tackle. Third and 10. They're chewing up the clock. Snead sets to throw. It's dumped to Rowland. Snead passes to Rowland, incomplete, Blackwood on the coverage. 25-yard attempt for Gogolak. This will give them the lead. This is a chip shot. Gogolak missed the 25-yard field goal. First and 10 at the 20. Zorn with a short drop. Short hitch to Smith. Zorn throws incomplete to Smith, Hughes on the coverage. Zorn pitches left to Smith. 7-yard run by Smith, Mendenhall on the tackle. Third and 3 at the 27. Zorn barks out the signals. Zorn gives to Smith. Smith on the carry, no gain, Files with the tackle. Engels back in punt formation. 47-yard punt by Engels, return of 14 by Athos.
Holding. Receiving team. 15-yard penalty.
The give to Evans. Evans the ball carrier, gain of 8, Matthews on the tackle. 2nd and 2 from the 22. Evans with the handoff. 4-yard run by Evans, Isaac on the tackle, first down. The give to Evans. Evans on the carry, gain of 1, Tipton on the tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 27. I formation. Snead sets up in the pocket. Snead throws to Evans. Snead throws incomplete to Evans, Curtis on the coverage. 3rd and 9. Snead back to pass. Medium into Herman. Snead with the pass to Herman, incomplete. Blanchard to punt. "54-yard punt by Blanchard, return of 10 by Blackwood." Zorn calls out the signals. Hand off to Nelson. Nelson on the draw, no gain, Campbell on the stop. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Zorn gives to Smith. Smith with the carry, no gain, Files with the tackle. 76 Seattle breaks the huddle. 3rd and 10 at the 29. Zorn back to pass. Zorn dumps it to Nelson. Zorn throws incomplete to Nelson, Flowers with the coverage.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
Engels back in punt formation. "43-yard punt by Engels, return of 12 by Athos." Snead with 3-step drop. Short hitch to Roland. Snead completes the pass to Roland, gain of 5, Matthews on the tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 50. The hand off to Evans. Evans with a gain of 1 on the play, Lertsema on the tackle. 3rd and 4 from the 49. Snead with a short drop. Snead is sacked by Harris, loss of 8. Blanchard from punt formation. "46-yard punt by Blanchard, fair catch by Brown." Zorn hands to Nelson. Nelson with a gain of 2 on the play, Flowers on the tackle. Smith with the handoff. Smith on the carry, gain of 3, Mendenhall with the tackle. 3rd and 5. Zorn drops back to pass. Medium cross. Zorn completes the pass to McCullum, gain of 18, Athos on the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle breaks the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 34. Zorn calling signals. Zorn with the give to Nelson. Nelson the ball carrier, gain of 1, Campbell on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Zorn at the line. 73 New York jumped. Give to Testerman. Testerman with a 3-yard run, penalty flag.
Encroachment defense. Number 79, 5-yard penalty.
2nd and 4 from the 40. Zorn on the run. Zorn with the carry, no gain, Gregory on the tackle. No score. 3rd and 4. 0-24 in the first. Zorn drops back to pass. Zorn is running. Zorn with the carry, gain of 5, Lockhart on the stop, first down. End of the first quarter, 76 Seattle 0, 73 New York 0. Smith with the handoff. Smith with a gain of 2 on the play, Mendenhall on the tackle. 2nd and 8 at the 47. Zorn calling signals. Zorn gives to Testerman. Testerman on the carry, gain of 1, Gregory with the tackle. 3rd and 7. Zorn with a short drop. Short out. Zorn completes the pass to Smith, 9-yard gain, Hughes with the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle breaks the huddle. Still scoreless. Smith with the handoff. Fumble. Smith on the carry, 1-yard gain, fumble recovered by Pension, 76 Seattle maintains possession, 2nd and 9. Time-consuming drive. Zorn fades back to pass. Short curl to Nelson. Zorn completes the pass to Nelson, gain of 10, Biles on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 at the 32. Zorn calls out the signals. Hand off to Nelson. Nelson on the carry, no gain, Gregory with the tackle. 2nd and 10. Zorn calls out the signals. Hand off to Nelson. Nelson with a 3-yard run, Mendenhall on the tackle. 3rd and 7 from the 29. Zorn at the line. Zorn hands to Smith. Smith on the sweep, gain of 1, Biles on the tackle. 35-yard attempt for Leopold. This will give them the lead. Clean snap from Kuhn. Leopold is good from 35, 76 Seattle 3, 73 New York 0. The kick from Bitterlich is down by Houston. Snead gives to Roland. Roland on the carry, no gain, Green on the tackle. Snead hands to Johnson. Johnson the ball carrier, gain of 7, flag on the play.
Personal foul, offense. Number 38, 15-yard penalty.
2nd and 25 from the 20. Snead fades back to pass. Medium out. Snead throws incomplete to Herman, McMillan on the coverage. 3rd and 25 from the 20. Snead drops back to pass. Snead is sacked by Curtis, loss of 7. Blanchard to punt. "34-yard punt by Blanchard, return of 5 by Brown. Zorn back to pass. Medium crossing pass. Zorn to McCullum, gain of 17, Athos on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 from the 25. Zorn calls the signals. McKinney's takes the handoff. 1-yard run by McKinney's, Douglas with the tackle. 2nd and 9. Zorn fades back to pass. He checks down to Testerman. Zorn to Testerman, incomplete, Hughes on the coverage. 3rd and 9 at the 24. Zorn with a short drop. Short hitch. Zorn throws incomplete to Testerman, Hughes on the coverage. 31-yard attempt for Leipold. Leipold missed the 31-yard field goal. Snead is back to pass. He passes to Roland. Snead completes the pass to Roland, gain of 11, Matthews on the stop, first down. Snead gives to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, gain of 4, Tipton with the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 35. Snead fades back to pass. Snead is sacked by Harris, loss of 6. 3rd and 12 at the 29. Johnson with the handoff. Johnson on the carry, gain of 3, Bradley on the tackle. Blanchard to punt. A 43-yard punt by Blanchard, return of 9 by Brown. Penalty on the play.
Encroachment defense. Number 64, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
1st and 5 from the 39. The handoff to McKinney's. McKinney's on the carry, gain of 8, Campbell on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 from the 47. Zorn fades back to pass. Medium fly to Largent. Zorn to Largent, incomplete, Williams with the coverage. Zorn calls out the signals. Zorn gives to McKinney's. McKinney's on the sweep, no gain, Campbell with the tackle. 76 Seattle leads by 3. 3rd and 10 from the 47. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Zorn throws downfield to McKinney's. Zorn completes the pass to McKinney's, gain of 27, Lockhart with the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle leads by 3. 1st and 10 at the 26. Zorn calls out the signals. Give to McKinney's. McKinney's with the carry, gain of 3, Mendenhall on the tackle. 2nd and 7 at the 23. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Zorn throws long to McMacken. Zorn to McMacken, incomplete, Lockhart on the coverage. 3rd and 7 from the 23. Draw to Smith. Smith on the carry, gain of 2, Gregory on the tackle. 28-yard attempt for Leipold. Engels to hold. The snap from Kuhn. Leipold missed from 28. The give to Johnson. 5-yard gain by Johnson, Bradley with the tackle. The handoff to Evans. Evans on the carry, gain of 8, Brown on the tackle, first down. Snead calls out the signals. Snead gives to Johnson. Johnson with a gain of 5 on the play, Curtis on the tackle. 73 New York hustling to the line. Snead calls out the signals. Snead hands to Johnson. Johnson the ball carrier, gain of 4, Curtis on the tackle. 3rd and 1 from the 42. Hurry up. Snead calls the signals. The handoff to Roland. Roland on the carry, gain of 2, Niehaus on the tackle, first down. 73 New York hustling to the line. Sneed with a quick drop. Short out pass. Sneed completes the pass to Grin, gain of 31, Matthews with the tackle, first down. Sneed pitches right to Evans. Lots of daylight. Evans on the carry, gain of 15, Green on the tackle, first down. 73 New York trailing by 3. Roland with the handoff. Roland with a 2-yard run, Lertsema on the tackle. They're in a hurry up. Sneed with the handoff to Johnson. Johnson with the carry, touchdown 73 New York. Goggalack will try the point after. Goggalack makes the extra point, 73 New York 7, 76 Seattle 3. Goggalack to kick off. The kick from Goggalack is returned 17 yards by Ross, Hornsby on the tackle. First and 10 from the 34. Zorn drops back to pass. He throws downfield to Nelson. Zorn completes the pass to Nelson, gain of 18, Lockhart on the tackle, first down. Second and 10 from the 48. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Short cross to McMacken. Fumble. Zorn completes the pass to McMacken. 10-yard gain. Fumble recovered by Douglas. 73 New York ball. Sneed sets to throw. Short button hook to Evans. Sneed to Evans, gain of 5, Curtis on the stop. 27-yard field goal for Goggalack. Blanchard to hold. Good snap from center. Goggalack is good from 27, 73 New York 10, 76 Seattle 3. Here's the kick from Goggalack. The kick from Goggalack is returned 16 yards by Ross, Brown on the tackle. Zorn drops back to pass. Medium hitch to Smith. Zorn to Smith, incomplete, Hughes on the coverage. 76 Seattle trailing by 7. Zorn fades back to pass. Zorn dumps it to Nelson. Zorn to Nelson, incomplete, Files on the coverage. 3rd and 10 at the 21. Zorn calls out the signals. Drops back to pass. Medium hitch. Zorn passes to Smith, 13-yard gain, Files on the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle down 7. Zorn hands to Nelson. Nelson the ball carrier, gain of 3, Douglas on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Zorn at the line. Hand off to Smith. 2-yard gain by Smith, Douglas on the tackle. 3rd and 5 at the 39. Zorn sets up in the pocket. But he had flipped it to Testerman. Zorn throws incomplete to Testerman, penalty on the play.
Holding, offense. Number 65, 15-yard penalty.
Engels back in punt formation. Fumble. "49-yard punt by Engels, 10-yard return by Athos, fumble recovered by Hughes, 73 New York ball, New York by 7. First and 10. Johnson takes the handoff. Johnson on the carry, gain of 4, Matthews on the stop. Second and 6 from the 26. Snead with the give to Rowland. Rowland on the carry, gain of 4, Tipton on the tackle. Third and 2. Snead with 3-step drop. Short hitch to Johnson. Snead completes the pass to Johnson, gain of 5, Curtis on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Snead drops back to pass. Long hitch. Snead throws incomplete to Grimm, Woolsey with the coverage. 73 New York leads by 7. Second and 10 from the 35. Quick pitch to Johnson. Johnson the ball carrier, gain of 3, Green on the tackle. Third and 7 at the 38. Snead at the line. Snead fades back to pass. Medium cross to Tucker. Snead with the pass to Tucker, incomplete, penalty on the play.
Holding, offense. Number 53, 15-yard penalty.
Blanchard to punt. Fumble. "37-yard punt by Blanchard, return of 0 by Brown, fumble recovered by Harris, 76 Seattle ball, first and 10 from the 25. Zorn gives to Smith. Smith with a 6-yard run, Lockhart on the tackle. 76 Seattle down 7. Zorn at the line. Takes a short drop. Short out to McMacken. Zorn throws incomplete to McMacken. Third and 4 from the 31. Zorn sets up in the pocket. He passes to Largent. Zorn completes the pass to Largent, gain of 13, Athos on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Zorn calling the signals. Drops back to pass. Medium into McMacken. Zorn completes the pass to McMacken, gain of 19, Lockhart on the tackle, first down. Zorn pitches right to Testerman. Testerman on the carry, gain of 4, Douglas with the tackle. 76 Seattle down by 7. Second and 6. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Medium fly. Zorn throws incomplete to Nelson, Files on the coverage. Third and 6 from the 33. Zorn sets up in the pocket. He dumps it to Nelson. Zorn to Nelson, incomplete. 40-yard attempt for Leipold. Engels to hold. Leipold missed the 40-yard kick. The handoff to Johnson. Johnson with the 2-yard run, Harris on the stop. They're looking for Johnson. Snead hands to Rowland. Rowland the ball carrier, gain of 3, Bradley on the tackle. Third and 5. Snead fades back to pass. He throws deep into the wind to Grimm. Sneed to Grimm, gain of 56, Matthews with the tackle, first down. The give to Johnson. Johnson with a gain of 2 on the play, Harris on the tackle. 73 New York leads by 7. 2nd and 8 from the 17. Sneed pitches left to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, gain of 2, Bradley on the stop. 3rd and 6 from the 15. Sneed with 3-step drop. Short hitch to Tucker. Sneed throws incomplete to Tucker, Brown on the coverage. 22-yard attempt for Gogelak. Clean snap from Larson. Gogelak is good from 22, 73 New York 13, 76 Seattle 3. The kick from Gogelak. The kick from Gogelak is returned 17 yards by Ross, Christ with the tackle. Zorn at the line. Zorn fades back to pass. Medium outside pass. Zorn passes to Smith, incomplete, Flowers on the coverage. 76 Seattle trailing by 10. Doubling Smith at the line. Zorn drops back to pass. Zorn will have to run. Zorn with the carry, 12-yard gain, Hughes on the tackle, first down. Zorn with a short drop. Short hitch to Nelson. Zorn with the pass to Nelson, gain of 8, Files on the tackle. Zorn at the line. Zorn heads to Nelson. 3-yard run by Nelson, Gregory on the tackle, first down. I formation. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Medium into McMacken. Zorn to McMacken, incomplete, Lockhart with the coverage. Testerman with the handoff. Testerman with the carry, gain of 2, Douglas on the tackle. 76 Seattle trailing by 10. 3rd and 8 from the 48. Smith with the handoff. Smith with a gain of 8 on the play, Douglas on the tackle. Engels back in punt formation. Athos waiting inside his own 10. "43-yard punt by Engels, no return. New York by 10. Sneed at the line. Johnson with the handoff. 6-yard run by Johnson, Bradley on the tackle. Sneed with a short drop. Short outside pass to Tucker. Sneed completes the pass to Tucker, gain of 6, Brown on the tackle, first down. Sneed fades deep. Long cross to Grimm. Sneed passes to Grimm, gain of 31, Matthews with the tackle, first down. 73 New York by 10. They're looking for Johnson. Sneed barks out the signals. Sneed pitches right to Johnson. Johnson on the pitch, gain of 4, Green with the tackle. Sneed hands to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, no gain, Brown on the tackle. End of the third quarter, 73 New York 13, 76 Seattle 3. 3rd and 6 from the 48. Draw to Johnson. 3-yard run by Johnson, Harris on the stop. Blanchard to punt. Blackwood waiting inside his own 10. "35-yard punt by Blanchard, out of bounds. Zorn can't handle the snap. Fumble. Zorn lost 2 on the play. Fumble recovered by Zorn. 76 Seattle maintains possession. 76 Seattle down by 10. Zorn sets up in the pocket. False. Zorn on the carry, gain of 4, Campbell on the tackle. 3rd and 8 from the 16. Smith on the draw. Smith on the carry, gain of 6, Gregory on the tackle. Engels deep in punt formation. "37-yard punt by Engels, fair catch by Athos. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, gain of 2, Lertsema on the stop. 2nd and 8 from the 43. They're looking for Johnson. Snead fades back to pass. Short slant to Grimm. Snead completes the pass to Grimm, gain of 9, Woolsey with the tackle, 1st down. Snead at the line. Snead can't handle the snap. Fumble. Snead lost 2 on the play, fumble recovered by Snead. 73 New York maintains possession. Snead yelling out the signals. He fades back to pass. Medium fly to Tucker. Snead to Tucker, gain of 17, Brown on the tackle, 1st down. Rowland takes the handoff. Rowland with a 5-yard run, Bradley on the tackle. 73 New York by 10. Evans with the handoff. Evans with the carry, no gain, Curtis on the stop. 3rd and 5. Johnson on the draw. Johnson with a gain of 2 on the play, Green on the tackle. Gogelak will try from 33 yards. Gogelak is good from 33, 73 New York 16, 76 Seattle 3. Here's the kick from Gogelak. The kick from Gogelak is returned 19 yards by Ross, Chris with the tackle. From the up. Zorn fades back to pass. Throws to Smith's back shoulder. Zorn completes the pass to Smith, gain of 16, Flowers on the tackle, 1st down. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Medium outside pass to Smith. Zorn completes the pass to Smith, 10-yard gain, Hughes on the tackle, 1st down. 76 Seattle down 13. Smith with the handoff. Smith gains 1 on the sweep, Campbell on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Zorn drops back to pass. False. With daylight. Zorn with a gain of 14 on the play, Files on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 36. The handoff to McKinney's. 2-yard gain by McKinney's, Douglas on the tackle. 76 Seattle in a hurry up. Zorn drops back to pass. Sideline pass to Smith. Zorn throws incomplete to Smith, Hughes with the coverage. 3rd and 8 from the 34. Zorn at the line. Zorn back to pass. Short out pass to Largent. Zorn to Largent, gain of 10, Williams on the tackle, 1st down. Zorn gives to Smith. Smith on the carry, gain of 4, Hughes on the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 20. 76 Seattle hustling to the line. Zorn drops back to pass. Short out pass to Largent. Zorn completes the pass to Largent, gain of 10, Williams on the tackle, first down. Zorn gives to Testerman. Testerman on the carry, gain of 2, Jacobson on the tackle. 76 Seattle hustling to the line. Zorn sets up in the pocket. Medium hitch to McMacken. Zorn to McMacken, incomplete. 3rd and goal. Current drive, 11 plays, 69 yards. 3:17 off the clock. Zorn fades back to pass. Short in. Zorn completes the pass to McMacken, touchdown 76 Seattle. Leopold will try the point after. The kick by Leopold is good, 73 New York 16, 76 Seattle 10. Here's the kick from Bitterlich. The kick from Bitterlich is returned 4 yards by Houston, Caulfield on the tackle. Quick pitch to Johnson. Johnson the ball carrier, gain of 3, Harris with the tackle. 2nd and 7. Snead calling signals. Fades back to pass. Medium hitch to Johnson. Snead to Johnson, incomplete, Curtis on the coverage. 3rd and 7. I formation. Snead with a short drop. Short slant to Tucker. Snead completes the pass to Tucker, gain of 13, Matthews with the tackle, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33. Snead hands to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, 4-yard gain, Niehaus on the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 37. Snead drops back to pass. Medium fly to Johnson. Snead completes the pass to Johnson, gain of 7, Curtis with the tackle, first down. Johnson takes the handoff. Johnson the ball carrier, 2-yard gain, Horizek with the tackle. Slow down offense. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson on the carry, no gain, Lertsema on the tackle. 3rd and 8 from the 46. 73 New York taking their time. Snead calling signals. Fades back to pass. Medium outside pass to Grimm. Snead to Grimm, touchdown 73 New York. Gogelak will try the point after. Gogelak converts the extra point, 73 New York 23, 76 Seattle 10. Here's the kick from Gogelak. The kick from Gogelak is returned 32 yards by Ross, Hornsby on the tackle. 76 Seattle trailing by 13. Zorn fades back to pass. Zorn checks down to Smith. Zorn completes the pass to Smith, gain of 4, Hughes on the tackle. 76 Seattle trailing by 13. Zorn calling signals. Zorn fades back to pass. Zorn is running with it. Zorn with a gain of 7 on the play, Flowers on the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle in a hurry up. Zorn fades back to pass. Medium out to Howard. Zorn completes the pass to Howard, gain of 10, Lockhart with the tackle, first down. 76 Seattle down 13. Zorn fades back to pass. Zorn will have to run. Room to run. Zorn with a 20-yard run, Lockhart on the stop, first down. They're in a hurry up. Zorn back to pass. He dumps it to Nelson. Zorn passes to Nelson, incomplete. 76 Seattle trailing by 13. Second and 10 at the 24. Zorn at the line. Drops back to pass. Short out to Largent. Zorn throws incomplete to Largent. Third and 10 from the 24. Zorn drops back to pass. Medium outside pass to Smith. Zorn throws incomplete to Smith, Hughes on the coverage. Fourth and 10 at the 24. 1:57 left in the game. Nelson split outside. Zorn calling signals. Zorn fades back to pass. Medium out. Zorn completes the pass to Smith, 10-yard gain, Hughes on the tackle, first down. Someone jumped. Possible free play for Zorn. Zorn fades back to pass. Medium sideline pass. Zorn passes to McMacken, incomplete, penalty flag.
Encroachment, defense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty.
76 Seattle trailing by 13. Zorn back to pass. Medium slant to McMacken. Zorn completes the pass to McMacken, touchdown 76 Seattle. Leipold will try the point after. Leipold makes the extra point, 73 New York 23, 76 Seattle 17. Here's the kick from Bitterlich. The kick from Bitterlich is returned 14 yards by Love, Blackwood on the stop. Snead takes a knee. Snead will go to a knee. Snead will go to a knee. 73 New York 23, 76 Seattle 17.